Exploration has been our very essence since the beginning of time. It is who we are, and it is who we will always be. This is Explorers Pod.
That was the closest I've been to dying, and from all our expeditions. And so what happened was we were less than a week from the North Pole, and we were very, very tired. We were very extremely skinny. I had lost a tooth, so I was actually skiing with missing a tooth, and we were really shocked, to be honest. But you know how it is when you're so close to the goal, when you're on a really hard expedition, you get into this expedition mode where you don't hardly even think anymore. You just go and you just go and just go, and all that is on your mind is that goal, and you know you're going to get there. You just forget everything else. And so what happened, so we were skiing, I was a little bit in front of Tom, and all of a sudden I heard this scream behind me. So I turned around and I see Tom laying underneath one of those high seracs, one of those mountains of piled up ice, with the heavy sled on top of him.
Yeah, I heard this was quite dangerous. You could really get hurt by the sled running you over coming off one of those. Yeah.
So I ski back to him real fast, and he's unconscious. Wow. So I knew that really fast, because of the cold, I have to get him inside the tent because, you know, he's unconscious.
Because the sled had hit me over here.
Oh. But I didn't know that. All I knew was just that he wasn't moving. He wasn't conscious. I knew he wasn't dead because he would gargle, but that was it. So I just kicked off my skis and I just threw off everything, and I really I put up a makeshift tent real fast. I took out the sleeping bag, and then I dragged Tom inside the tent, and I put him inside the sleeping bag just to be able to so that he could keep warm. And he wasn't responsive to me at all. So now I was alone here out on the Arctic ice. I knew that we were too long from the coast for somebody to be able to pick us up in short enough time. So I was kind of distressed by all of this.
Yeah.
So I put him in the tent, and I start to run around the tent to put together all our gear, just so that because right now we are dependent on every piece of equipment that we have, because this is how low we were on weight. So every piece of gear was important to us. And as I run around the tent, putting everything together, I forget that I'm not wearing my skis, right? And one of the important things with the skis is that it's leveling out your weight. Yeah. So before I know it, I step on this crack of ice that I didn't know what was there, and the ice just opens like that, and now I'm in the water.
It's just getting worse. A nightmare.
And I'm in the water. Tom is floating there on that pan of ice. He's immobilized in the tent. And I try to get up, and of course I'm not wearing a dry suit. I just have my regular clothes on. And so I'm in this blackish, cold water, and the pole was so horrible at this time. It was, fog was rolling over the ice, just enveloping us. It was just horrible. And I'm trying to get up. The problem is that I try to get up, and the
caves away.
Edge of the ice breaks off. And I try again, and I try again. In my third attempt, I'm just losing my power. I can't get up anymore.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing, because in that 1 second, I got so calm. And I was just laying there, and I looked around me on this landscape. And I remember I thought to myself, so this is my end.
This is it.
And I thought to myself, kind of fitting, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting chills.
So I wasn't scared, nothing. I was just, wow. So this is it. I got curious more, kind of proud. This is a cool way to go. It was the weirdest thing. But then I remembered Tom.
Crazy Swedes.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, at some point he's going to come too, and he's going to crawl out of that tent, and he's going to find me frozen in this ice. And something in me said, I just cannot do that to him. I love the guy. I can't do that to him. And so with that, my mind raced. And I looked around, and I spotted that as my ski pole was laying about 1 meter away from an edge a little bit far away. So I swam there, and now I remembered a scuba diving lesson. If you want to be buoyant, you need to you need to make yourself light, and you do that by taking a deep breath, because that's going to lift you, right? Because your lungs are going to fill up. So I took this deep breath, and I just threw myself up, and I grabbed that pole, and I grabbed the pole, and I just stabbed it into this ice, and I just pulled myself up.
That is an incredible, heroic story.
And I was just laying there on the ice edge, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
It's not over yet.
And then I was, of course, shaking because I was afraid I still didn't have my skis on. So I was like, I tiptoed back into the tent because I didn't want to get in again. And now I came back to the tent, and now he had woke up.
Okay.
And so he said from inside there, Tom, Tina, what's going on? And I said, don't worry about it. And I come in to the tent.
And she's like,
and I'm just all wet, of course, because I've been swimming outside.
He thinks he's hallucinating, maybe.
Yeah, he's like, why are you wet? And I said, I fell in. Don't worry about it. And of course, I stripped the wet clothes outside. So I get into a sleeping bag. And but now he's still paralyzed, so he can talk, but he still can't move. Wow. And I'm like, so what do I do now? So what I did was that I picked up our satellite phone, and then I called 911 in Sweden, because I couldn't think of anything else to do. So there was this nurse. She answered on the line in Stockholm, because I called them in Stockholm. And I said, guys, you're not going to believe this, but listen, you have to listen to me. We are skiing to the North Pole.
Oh my God.
And I need help. I don't know what to do.
Oh,
and lucky enough that we had, of course, some media in Sweden, so they knew about us, so they actually got a doctor. And then a doctor came on the line, and he said, so what's going on? I explained the situation to him, and he had me perform a test, because what we needed to know was Tom's spine broken? That was the biggest worry, of course. And so what he did, he said to me, knock on his vertebrae. Because if you knock on the vertebrae that is broken, it's going to hurt like hell. Yeah. And so I did that, and it didn't hurt. So he said, that's really good news.